What is up, guys? Welcome back to episode number 153 of the My Player Career Mode. Today, guys, as you can see, this is post-commentary. I recorded this quite late last night, and so I couldn't do it live, unfortunately, because people were sleeping within the house, and so I had to make sure that I didn't do it as live commentary. So again, as post anyways, it's still pretty much the same, and it is a slightly shorter episode than usual due to the fact that, of course, I don't ramble on as much when I'm doing post-commentaries as I do in live comms. However, we kickstarted today's episode off with showing you who currently is left in the Europa League, because there was a comment left on one of the previous episodes asking me to do that. After 5 games, they are all the teams involved. You can see them as I went through the groups, who they were, what kind of positions they were in, and some of them have already qualified. So, of course, a few of them will be in the next round with us, and a few of them won't be. So, yeah, you saw it as we were going through. I mean, you guys know what had happened. As you can see there, we are through as group winners regardless of whatever happens in the final group stage game, which is actually later on in this one, but I simmed it rather than playing it because it had no implication on our finishing position at all. So I decided to not waste my time. I decided to just go ahead and sim it, and we did actually win 2-1. You'll see it later on in the video. But for now, guys, we've got 3 games to come, all of them in the Premier League. We kickstart it with a game against Wolves. Then we'll be taking on Newcastle, followed up finally with the final game of today's episode against our former club, Manchester United. So that should be a very, very interesting kind of affair indeed. And of course, as you're watching this video, this is going to be kind of late now because it's already happened. And as you all know, Neymar, of course, has gone to PSG for £200 million. I mean, let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments, guys, because I always say it, and I have asked you in the past, but the previous videos I did, when I actually recorded them, the deal wasn't done. He was in the, I guess, in the air, and it was kind of looking as if it was going to go ahead. But now it's official. He has joined PSG for £200 million. I think it was, oh no, wait, is it 189 or 198 million with like 222 million euros? Is that what it is? I think something along those lines. Anyway, it's crazy money, crazy, crazy money. However, as well, of course, we are currently playing here at Leicester. They've just signed Iheanacho as well for themselves, and I think that's a very good signing, so I'm hoping he has a bright future ahead of him. And it's good to see as well that, you know, Leicester have gone out and picked up another youngster to potentially make them good in the future. And Iheanacho certainly has all the attributes probably to be able to do that. The only issue I have with him is that, as you know, he is very kind of one position suited. I don't think he's suited to a wing position. I think he has to play up front for him to be effective. And I certainly think that he'll have a good couple of years there at Leicester, potentially maybe even stay for the long term if he wants to move on in future. But anyways, enough about that tangent, guys. As we kickstart today's episode off, we had this game against Wolves, and eventually we did find the opening goal of the game in it. We ended up getting the goal, I think, in the second half. We had an initial chance earlier on in the kind of first half, I think it was. It might be in the second, actually. I don't actually know 100%. But I know we got an initial chance, which for some reason came to me and ended up shooting, and he went over the bar. It was a stupid thing to do. My teammate should have shot himself, but instead he tried to pass the ball across. Not quite sure why. And then we ended up with the opening goal in the 72nd minute. So there you go. We finally got the goal. We finally got the winner. We came away with 3 points. And that's something that we need to start doing here at Leicester. We have drawn too many games. I'm sick and tired of seeing draws. I want to get ourselves some victories, of course. But the only ambition that I've got out of this one is to try and win the Europa League. I saw a comment in the previous episode as well telling me to try and get the FA Cup. Now, I'm pretty sure we've played in an FA Cup final, but you might be right in the aspect that I don't think we've won it. I can't remember 100% whether or not we played in one, and I can't remember if we did what the score was completely. Maybe one of you guys will know in the comments, because I've played in that many finals since we did it, that it's been so long. So I remember our first season at Manchester City, we won an EFL Cup. United, we won the Premier League. We've been in the Premier League a couple of times, guys. United, we won the Premier League. City, we won an EFL Cup. I think Arsenal, we left after 6 months, pretty much, so we didn't win anything there. I don't think we've been to any other one, barring Hull and Leicester now. So, yeah, it may be that we actually haven't won an FA Cup at all. So, I may not even played in one. I might even not have played in a final. So, yeah, that's another cup that we could try and go for. But the problem is, guys, the chances are at Leicester, we're probably not going to win that one either. So, you saw the teams. I asked you guys to let me know whether or not you thought we were going to be in with a good shout at trying to get ourselves a Europa League title by the end of this season. I think in terms of our team and in terms of on the day, we are not bad. It's just we get too many draws. We're drawing too many games. And I don't know if it's because my team in general is kind of matched well against other teams, because we have a nice rounded team, you know, in the aspect that we've got good ratings in each position, but we don't have a world-class team. Do you know what I mean? We don't have like an extra world-class couple of players. We've got a good rating or a good bunch of ratings, but we don't have like 2 or 3 other 88 rated players, for example. So if we had that, plus the ratings we already do, then I genuinely think we'd have a good chance at the Europa League title. Although I think we still got a good chance. Of course, it's going to be tough, but I do believe that we'll have a good opportunity in the aspect of trying to get it. Whether or not we can, you guys will have to see, as we did grab a second goal in today's episode. It came against Newcastle. This one was in the first half, though. 40 minutes on the clock. Good work from my teammate. Cuts it back, gets a pass off to me here. I'm in acres of space. I have to score, and there you go. In off the post it goes. If I'd have missed that, I would have been livid with myself, but thankfully we didn't. It's a very strange kind of strike, if you will, but there you go. We got the opening goal, and it is, of course, 1-0 now. So then that brought to a close this game. As you are seeing, very, very few chances in the 2 games so far in today's episode. And as I said, I apologise for the shorter episode today. The only reason for that is because I actually, of course, as I said to you, I recorded this quite late at night. And so I wasn't baffling on like I normally do, taking it to like a 26-minute video about stuff that's just, you know, I guess not really relevant, like talking about real world stuff. I could do it in these ones as post-coms, but there's less time, you see, because of course I've already recorded it, so I have like a window to talk about it, and then I'd be going into the situation of like, I'd be talking over the gameplay, and I don't really want to do that. But one thing I do want to tell you guys right now is this coming week, it might be Tuesday or it might be Wednesday, the first episode of our weekly talk show kind of thing. I don't really want to call it a talk show. Let's call it a podcast. Let's call it a podcast. The weekly podcast is going to be going live either Tuesday or Wednesday. For the first one, it's going to be scripted and it's going to be a video. But after that, I may live stream it on like a Wednesday night or something after all the games have been played weekly. Because of course the first video is going to be a predictions video. Because the Premier League then starts the Friday of next week. When you're watching this, it's Saturday. So Friday next week is when the Premier League starts. So that video will either go live Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not quite sure which day I want to put it up. So just stick around for it, guys. It's coming. It's my prediction video. I'm going to go through the predictions, why I've put them in those positions, what I think the season's going to be like, and I'm sure you guys as well will have a whole bunch of fun letting me know in the comments on that video what your predictions for the final table and stuff is going to be. So I can't wait to give you it. It's going to be very good as well. It will feature, I guess, the kind of, I want to say face cam, but I don't know if it will all the time. But yeah, for anybody wanting a face cam series, then potentially that could be it, because it may feature my face a couple of times in case anybody who hasn't seen it will want to see it. I guess this is sounding kind of strange. I have actually done facecam before, and there are videos on the channel with facecam. So if you really want to see it, you can go on the channel, and then there's already facecam videos on there. So it's not like I haven't done it before, but it's very, very new in the aspect that I don't normally do it. So yeah, it should be quite interesting. But one thing I've realised today, guys, some good news coming out of it. FIFA 18, apparently I can play from the 21st of September, which is actually with EA Access. So in which case, I'm not quite sure whether or not I'll be getting EA Access or not, because I don't know if I'm going to be sticking to Xbox or if I'll be moving over to PlayStation. I do have a PlayStation console. It's kind of broke at the minute. I can't put discs in, but I could always buy it from the store and we could play it that way, or I could just stick to Xbox. I'm not 100% sure. So my question for today's video, guys, is to you guys out there: what console will you be playing FIFA 18 on? PlayStation or Xbox? I know, of course, PlayStation have got icons coming, so I suppose it's kind of one of those situations where you still have at least some new cards and stuff, but I don't play FIFA for Ultimate Team, and therefore I wouldn't really just switch to a console just because Ultimate Team's getting a revamp. Do you know what I mean? So there is that kind of aspect to it, but let me know anyway, the question of today's video: what console are you guys going to be playing FIFA 18 on? And then I may have to make my decision based on what you guys say to me. But there you go. Anyways, as we go into the final game of today's episode, we picked up 2-1 victories earlier on, and then now we are crumbling at Old Trafford against our former club. You can see we went 1-0 down and then 2-0 down later on in the game, and the actual second goal there, as the guy scored it, he ran past me with his arms waved up in the air, and I was kind of fuming there, Tielemans, as he got the second goal. So it was kind of annoying, because then in the dying few minutes of the game, it was as if the game just knew, because we had a good opportunity here. It's into the 90th minute pretty much here, you can see. We end up getting a goal back, and it makes it 2-1. And the reason this was annoying was because the second goal came from absolutely nowhere for Manchester United. The only bonus out of today's episode is that we got 3 goals from 3 games. So I can't really complain in that aspect of it. But the initial kind of frustration from me was that we conceded a sloppy second goal to United. And if we'd have not done that, that goal could have gone in and got us a point from the game. But sadly it didn't, and we did come away with a 2-1 defeat to our former club. And all in all, I mean, our performances against our former clubs haven't really been fantastic. You know, we got a 0-0 draw against Arsenal where I picked up a red card in that one. And then we ended up with this game against United here where we ended up with a defeat. So the only thing that could match that and make it even better was a defeat and a red card. That could have been pretty good, but we didn't get it in the end, guys. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video today, guys. There is going to be another video at 6 p.m. UK time tonight. I may stream later on today. I'm not 100% sure if I will, although I'm thinking about streaming tomorrow. So if you want a My Player live stream tomorrow, guys, at around 4 p.m. UK time, if we can get this video to 50 likes by 6 p.m. Oh, no, wait, no. 50 likes by 9 p.m. tonight, I will live stream a My Player episode for you guys tomorrow at 4 p.m. UK time. So that's the challenge, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, I'd appreciate a like rating. And as always, guys, I'll see you all again at 6 p.m. UK time. Catch you all later. Adios.